Hello, everybody, and I want to wish you a happy new moon and happy spring equinox. This is such a beautiful time to not only set intentions, as the new moon is always about making new beginnings and fresh starts, but we've also got this balance of the spring equinox coming in and planting the seeds and really just getting clear on what it is that we want to manifest it. And so I wanted to share with you guys part of my ritual that I do with every spring equinox. And I like to do a lot of planting magic. I mean, as you know, I'm the earth mama, the healing woods. So of course I'm going to be very connected to the earth and connected to using this time to really plant seeds, like literally, not just with my mind, but in our beautiful earth. So what I like to do is get a bunch of different seeds or bulbs or little plants and name them, right? Like tell them what they are bringing in my life. As I plant you, I am bringing in more health, I am bringing in more love, I am bringing in whatever it is you're looking for, abundance. But before that, right, we have to think about, we're not just like jumping on this energy to manifest, right? This is also a time of tilling the soil before we plant, right? Looking at the garden of our life and seeing, is there some death from the last season that isn't working and needs to be yanked out? Is there, weeds that kind of crept in from nowhere and we're like, what is going on with my garden? I've got all this stuff that I didn't intend for, right? So the first thing I do before I even name my seeds and my plants is I look at my garden and figure out like what needs to be taken out. And I ask myself a couple questions, It doesn't always have to be things or things you're doing or thinking or saying. It could be things that are really good that you want to do, that you keep trying, but then you hit a wall. And for whatever reason, it's not the time, it's not the right person, it's not the right focus, whatever it is for that year. So the first thing I think about is, what have I been really trying to do, putting all my energy into, and what keeps kind of getting stopped. And I'll put that aside. I don't like completely like check it off like, oh, it's never going to happen. But when the universe and all the energies and everything are kind of telling you like, not now, that's something that I will put to the side so I can have more room, right, for these actual intentions that I want to grow, that I'm ready to move forward with, and that doors are opening for. So that's the first thing I look at, is like, what just isn't working? And then I'll look into like, what makes me feel heavy or sad? Who or what or where in my life am I just feeling blocked, and maybe I need to take a break on that. And then I look back at, what have I been carrying around for years maybe, and this is more the subconscious work, the shadow work that I do on myself, to figure out like, what am I carrying around, maybe even from childhood, that is not helping me, where I want to be as an adult. So tilling the soil, getting out all the old stuff is number one. Then, I use my Reiki. You can, do this part however you want, but set the intention, even if you don't, you're not attuned to Reiki, just holding the seeds, holding the plants, holding whatever it is you're going to actually put into the ground, holding it to your heart and just visualizing. Visualizing is key, right? Like making lists and all that kind of stuff is great, but when you actually visualize it, you're bringing like a full body experience into your manifesting, instead of just writing a list of the things that I should be doing and want to be having and blah, blah, blah. Visualizing it already happening, seeing yourself as that person who is doing, being, thinking, having the things that you want. And then you plant it, right? So I just wanted to share that with you guys since we've got this beautiful new moon and equinox energy happening. And I also want to pull a card for everybody. So let's ask the cards what we should be focused on, you know, within our planting and within our new moon equinox energy. All right, I think that's good. Aw, this is like literally what I was just talking about. I love when the cards listen like that. So we've got the Five of Cups. And so what the Five of Cups wants us to do is to not look at, you know, deal with the past. For sure, we need to deal with the stuff that we've lost, the disappointment, you know, the things that maybe didn't go right. And we don't want to be just like focused on it, because we're gonna miss what's going on right here, right? The Five of Cups is, you know, three of the cups are overturned, and usually the person on the card is like looking behind themselves, like at, oh, woe is me, look at what I've lost, look at what didn't work, look at these empty cups. And what they're not realizing is like in the exact opposite direction of how they're looking are two cups upright. Either you could look at it as they're full or they're ready to be filled. And so when we go through, you know, this equinox new moon energy and we're manifesting, like, deal with what's in the past, but don't allow what happened in the past to cloud your vision of what is even possible in the future. Sending you guys some new moon love, and I'd be happy to hear about what your intentions are, and yeah, just sending you guys so much love.